Welcome to the Coby Bryan'S podcast. We are your hosts,
Coby Bryan'S,
and Brian N. But we are also known as OG Brian and Little Brian. So
I didn't agree to that.
He did now. It's our first show. We're super excited to jump right into it. But before we do, we're going to talk about why we decided to do this podcast together.
In our second week of class, we properly introduced ourselves and realized that the three of us all have something in common.
And that is mainly Dragon Ball.
Also video games.
And sports for the two of us anyways. OG Brian.
Well.
Alright, the main topic we want to focus on was the world of Dragon Ball. We noticed that we are big fans of the franchise.
Alright, so the way I got into Dragon Ball was I was sitting next to my brother and he was flipping through channels, and I heard a little bit of the theme song for Dragon Ball Z Kai, and I told him to stop changing the channel and go back, and then I heard the theme song and I really liked it, so I kept watching the entire episode, and then I ended up liking Dragon Ball Z Kai as like a whole.
Alright, my story of how I started watching Dragon Ball Z was where I was growing up with my family and I didn't have no control of the TV. Like, my brother always had, because he's older, so, he always had control of the TV, and that's how it just stuck like that. So, in the mornings, I'll just see him watching Dragon Ball Z, and then I'll just wake up and I'll start watching with him. And I would make a bowl of cereal in the morning, and I'll just run upstairs and hurry up and try to make it in time for the show. What about you, Brian?
It's OG Brian. Well, my first memory of Dragon Ball was a long time ago. It was on a VHS.
It's ancient.
It's super ancient. Thank you, Little Brian. And I don't know. I was watching an episode, and I remember very vividly Bulma telling Goku, "Give me a Dragon Ball, show you my panties," and I was like, "What?"
That was the very first episode.
That's crazy. This is a child show, but I kept watching, and I was hooked ever since.
The very first episode.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
That's dope.
It's out on Adult Swim. The kid show.
All right, Copes.
All right. For those who don't know much about the franchise, I'll hand off to Little Brian to describe it for you.
I gotta be little.
Because that's what we just made up. All right, Brian. So we have a time limit.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you a minute on the clock
Right.
to best describe the Dragon Ball universe.
Easy.
We'll see. Kobe, cue the timer.
In 1984, Akira Toriyama created a series called Dragon Ball, a story about a boy named Goku who goes on an adventure with a girl named Bulma to gather 7 magical Dragon Balls, making Dragon Balls. Along the way, they make friends and enemies. A few years after beating the Demon King Piccolo, Goku settled down as a kid, and shortly after, his brother Raditz shows up, telling Goku that he's actually a Saiyan, and Raditz and him have a little falling out because Raditz steals his son, and then after defeating Raditz, 2 more Saiyans from Planet Frieza arrive, and then they beat up and kill all their friends, and then Goku is forced to go to Planet Namek to go and try to wish them back, and then he comes into contact with Frieza, the Emperor of the Universe, and then he ends up fighting with him. After beating Frieza, he comes back and fights against Mecha Frieza, and then Trunks from the future comes back, then beats Mecha Frieza, and then kills him, and then turns out there's an actual android who comes back from the future, and I'm messing this up so much, there's so much, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, after they beat the androids and stuff, there's Cell, and then they fight Cell in the tournament, Cell games, and then after the Cell games...
Yeah, you're over a minute, but that was a valiant effort. You tried. Sorry.
Yeah.
There was so much I wanted to say.
Well, that's what happens. All right, so let's talk about the topics we're going to talk about. We're going to mainly talk about the arc that we're in currently.
For Dragon Ball Super, the Tournament of Power.
The one that you missed.
Well,
it's called Tournament of Power.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So let's Kobe, let's talk
All right.
about what that is.
Tournament of Power is basically 8 universes trying to survive to not get erased. And whoever wins the Tournament of Power will get a prize called Super Dragon Balls.
Nice.
And what that does is it just grants any wish you want.
Sweet.
It could be good. It could be used for either good or bad.
Unlike the normal Dragon Balls that have limitations.
That's awesome. All right, so let's for the rest of our podcast, we're just gonna talk about the universes.
Our feelings.
I guess we're gonna talk about some theories, and we're gonna recap
The current episode.
that we from Saturday. Shit, go. All right, so the next thing we're gonna talk about is the universes that are currently in this arc. What we're going to be talking about this week is the universes that have been defeated in this arc,
Yep.
who we liked. I'll start with mine first. I'll start with Universes 10, Ubuni. Great name, great guy, great family man. I liked him because he used a bunch of feints, and Gohan couldn't sense his energy, so it made him a lot more difficult to fight. And I like when he died, he had a picture of his family up. That was pretty. That was pretty sick.
Yeah.
And, you know, Gohan.
He was the last one too.
When you see Gohan's face, it's like, oh man, I just murdered that guy and his family. So that was pretty tough. What about
His family looked a little weird though.
What about you, Brian?
Well, my favorite is Universe 9, the one with the Danger Trio, with Basil, Lavender, and Bergamo. I like them a lot because they were right there testing out Goku, and they were putting him through work, and they were beating up Gohan. They made Gohan look better.
Those guys are annoying.
They are not annoying. They have such cool powers. You have Basil with his amazing kicks, the kicking master.
No.
And you have Lavender with his ability to poison you. Isn't that a great power? Poison your opponents. They can't beat you.
That's cheating.
How is that cheating? There was no rule against poison.
It's cheating.
And then Bergamo is the leader. He's the big brother. They're all brothers. Family bonding. Family killing.
Yeah, they're so awesome that they got eliminated first.
But that ultimate attack that they used before they got eliminated, Danger Triangle Beam. Because they're the Danger Trio, and it was like blue, yellow, and red.
Looked cool, but was ultimately ineffective. Because guess
Yeah.
what? What happened, Kobe?
They got eliminated.
Damn right.
Well, look.
And then they got erased.
Wait, stop hating on my favorite people, like my favorite team. They were fighting against two Super Saiyan God Super Saiyans. They held their own. Vegeta had to jump in.
But they
Jump in. It was 3-on-1.
did you see the
How was that fair?
Did you see the when they was practicing in the other fight against Goku and Gohan and
Yeah.
Vegeta? They got smoked.
Yeah, they did.
Look, but that's because they couldn't show off all their powers. They were holding back.
But even when they did,
They used the Danger Triangle Beam
no.
because they're a trio. They work together.
But-
They're Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno.
Their teamwork
Wow.
was not enough.
We're not bringing Pokemon to this discussion.
All right, fine.
Please stop it.
Their teamwork was not enough. All right. My favorite character was Frost from Universe 6. The reason why I liked him because he was like a savage, you know, like he tried to get Frieza to help join him to defeat Universe 7, which was his own universe. And that backfired on him actually because Frieza had to prove his worth against Frost to fight Gohan because he was weakened by some other fighter from another universe that he fought earlier. So after that, Frieza hit Gohan, and Gohan noticed that it wasn't like a real hit that Frieza was trying to do.
Yeah, they were playing.
It was like playing around fighting, and then after that, like he knocked Gohan on the floor, and then he transformed to Golden Frieza, and then Frost like looked so like shocked and was like, "Yo, how you got that?" And then Frieza was teaching Frost how to like transform into.
Oh yeah, he made him go into his max power form 100%.
Yeah.
And then after that, he like what he said, he said a quote. He said something about trusting each other. And then after that, he like threw him off the ledge. And then he tried to, he got tight, so he tried to like hit him off the by the
Yeah, he tried to do an attack from the.
And then he got eliminated.
And they eliminated him right there in the spot. So just Frost from Universe 6 eliminated, not the rest of Universe 6.
He got decimated,
Yeah.
disintegrated.
In his max power form, he looks really cool.
Yeah, that's true.
He did, but guess what? Just like your Danger Trio, just like my Ubuni, they're dead. So yeah, that's a little bit about the
universes
defeated universes.
so far.
Let's
Well,
move into the recap.
Well, defeated universes and a person.
and a person. You're
And a
right.
person.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get into the recap of episode 113.
So why don't you take it away?
Yeah, episode 113 was basically Goku defending against the trio robots from Universe 3, and he was struggling against them while Caulifla and Kale came and hit out the robots from defeating Goku. So after that, they offered to challenge Goku so they could increase their power dramatically and get stronger as they fought. And after that, they just basically decided to fight while they achieved high power.
They fought that whole episode.
They really wanted to see Super Saiyan 3.
They
achieve
want-
high power.
Yeah, the girls wanted to see how strong Goku can get.
Although Kale can't go Super Saiyan 3, so it makes no sense.
Because sexism, maybe. Who knows? And then, or, she's not that strong yet. She hasn't learned.
Well, I guess you got a point there.
But yeah, so they just pretty much fought it out. They had a good, it was good. So yeah, they just kept going at it, and at the end of the episode, they forced Goku into going into Super Saiyan 3, and that's where we got the tease for next week's episode.
Yeah, even though he couldn't fight a little bit in Super Saiyan 3, he couldn't have enough energy to go and sustain it.
And so we're gonna talk about now some of our theories that we have.
Yeah,
something we're gonna talk about a lot in our podcast. So let's go, Coby. Right. His theory.
I'm dying to do this.
Let's see. I got one about Goku, and how his Ultra Instinct form is not his actual Limit Break form.
You have any proof?
My proof is when he was fighting Topo,
right?
And before the tournament power started, he was fighting Topo in that tournament, little mini tournament thingy.
Right.
So when he fought Topo, he decided towards the end of the fight, he said, "Yo, I'm gonna show you what my true form looks like when I break." Right. So after that, Topo was also going to go full power too, but then the Grand Prix stopped it because Topo was going to die because Goku was going to transform into.
It could have been Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. That's who he was talking about.
Yeah. No, but
yeah,
he was going to break his form. Break his form was not going to be that.
Well, maybe. Well, look. If you look at Ultra Instinct and Limit Breaker, they could be the same thing.
Because one of the things was the translations that.
The translations might be different.
From Japanese to English.
Because the way Goku got Ultra Instinct was kind of like breaking past his limits based on what we said.
But when he fought Jiren, he didn't break his limit. That had happened unexpectedly.
Maybe he didn't master it completely yet.
Yeah,
maybe it's still the same thing.
I'm pretty sure he mastered it if he was going to show Topo his full power.
How could he master it if that was the first time he got it?
It was super random.
No, I'm pretty sure he knew how to already use it, but I'm pretty sure he already knew how to use it.
I don't know.
We're going to have to look deeper into the new episodes and make sure.
Maybe next week. I got a theory out there. And mine is that I think if Universe 6 and Goku wins the Tournament of Power, I think he's going to want to wish all the universes back.
Power of friendship.
Because what he wants to do is just see it battle, test his limits. And I don't think Zeno's going to let him bring those universes back.
Zeno loves him.
But yeah, the point of the Tournament of Power was to eliminate the weakest links. If Goku did that just to bring all those guys back, I don't think
Zeno loved the tournament so much. He may want to see it again.
Yeah, true.
You're like, yo, I want to see that fight again.
Yeah, because he's bored just destroying planets.
Like, what's the point of watching a replay when you can see it again live?
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure if they fight...
those little things get bored fast, maybe.
But if they fight again, they won't... I think he won't eliminate them.
Alright, and then my theory was basically who was going to be... Well, spoiler alert real quick.
What?
Who was going to be... stopping the tournament. I think it's Jiren's brother based on the scan that they had. Based on the silhouette of the person,
damn, spoiler.
It looks just like Jiren, just like really skinny because the way the head is shaped is like alienoid, kind of like Jiren, and I think that's his brother.
I
can't discuss because it's a spoiler. I know.
Imagine it's his brother instead of Jiren's brother, or like a female version of Hit.
Oh yeah, it could be Hit. I didn't think of that because he had boots.
Yeah, it looked like it. Looked like Hit.
What if it was Hit?
No, I don't think that was Jiren's brother.
No, it could have been Hit. He could have just jumped in. Oh my god.
A female version of Hit.
Well, look, theory debunked.
That's not fair. Why do you guys get to discuss and I can't?
Well, because your theory was out of left field. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here.
Right.
First podcast done. Success. Coby, how did you feel?
It was aight. It was cool.
It was aight.
It was the best podcast ever. We're
Little
gonna
Brian,
get 100.
Little Brian, how'd you feel?
Why do I gotta be Little Brian? I'm not cool with that.
Because we made it up, and Coby agreed. 2/3 agreed to it.
Yes.
Well, I'm still against it, but the podcast is great. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it was awesome. So, our outro right now is gonna be goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Is that
goodbye, goodbye, goodbye? See you next week on Dragon Ball Z.
No, that was a bad outro. Bad. Anyway. Next week, we're going to talk about some of the universes who are still in the Tournament of Power, who we like.
Unless more get eliminated.
Or that.
Yeah.
We're going to recap episode 114. This will be some good stuff.
Of course.
And we're going to talk about even more wacky theories we may have. So
my theories will be so much better than these two.
We'll see.
My theory is too long.
So, yeah. Look forward for that. And
see you next week on Dragon Ball Coby Bryan'S.
No. Coby Bryan'S signing off. See you next week.
Tomorrow.
Now.